Hello everybody and welcome, I am Boom, and today we're going to see if we can beat the game Pokemon FireRed with only an Applin. Applin is a cute little dude with, well, not so great stats except for its defense. Then, to take a look at its moves, it has 2 moves total, and one of those is a setup move. This is awkward. I normally do a little bit of homework on these, but for some reason I didn't with this one, and now I'm stuck. I don't think that there's a way humanly possible to beat this game with those 2 moves, so... Hello everybody and welcome, I am Boom, and today we're going to see if we can beat the game Pokemon FireRed with only a Flapple. That was totally my plan from the very beginning. Stat-wise, speed isn't great, but the attack is pretty good and the special's solid on top of that. It can definitely tank some hits, but the fact that we have 6 weaknesses, one of which is 4 times effective, and hey, would you look at that? We actually have a level up moveset this time around. So we're going to give the rival Charmander, because at the end of the day, it's going to give the rival 2 different ways to fight against us, both fire and flying moves, and on top of that, he also is always going to have that Pidgeot. So with that being said, we have a neutral nature this time around, and we have the Gluttony ability. In a Gen 3 game or later, this would be great, but ultimately, we don't get any berry opportunities in this generation. Also, we name our rival Doctor, since an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and our Flapple, named by True Assura Gaming, is Johnny, calling back to the Johnny Appleseed story that we've all heard a million times, especially if you're here in the US like myself. For the beginning lab rival fight, it goes pretty much like you'd expect. At this low a level, being a fully evolved Pokemon, my god, that back sprite is... that's definitely something. I've never seen it before, and that is kinda horrifying. So we win the battle pretty easily, and then move on through the beginning of the game. We do try to fight the optional rival fight right away, but given the fact that Pidgey knows Sand Attack, that's going nowhere fast. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, go through the forest, double back, and then we can try again after a few levels. At level 9, we do decent damage with Acrobatics, though that's partly due to a critical hit, and since the next one lands, we're only suffering 1 Sand Attack in the meantime. As Charmander comes out, it uses Growl, we take it below half as it uses Growl again, we take it to a Sliver, then we take it down with plenty of HP to spare. Now that that's out of the way, we can head to Pewter City, and attempt the first gym badge. Normally, with the scripts, I tend to write these as I go along. This is probably the first time in ages that I've actually played a good chunk of the game on stream, and then wrote a majority of the script afterwards. Brock first sends out Geodude, and we're a bit lower level for this fight. We open up with Twister, basically just testing damage, and it goes to almost half. Tackle does a bit of damage, and we take it to red, then knock it out. After that, it's out to Onix, and it uses Bind, as we use Twister, taking it to not even half. A Rock Tomb then connects to take us to 6 HP. We take it to about half. After that, it finishes us off with a Tackle. Let me change my strategy just a little bit. We're going to go ahead, start off with Growth, using that twice, since it raises both special and physical attack, then swap to Twister, taking it to yellow. Tackle does connect, and we're only at 18 HP going into the Onix portion. Bind, that's not going to do much, and we take it to what it appears to be exactly half. He gets a low roll on Rock Tomb, leaving us with 1 HP as Twister connects, and takes it down for the win. So, with the first badge done and out of the way, we can make our way to the next route. We're definitely going to need some levels, even with resisting the next gym. Also, I realized for the past few videos, I haven't mentioned which fossil I took, so in case you've forgotten, the Dome fossil is the only one that matters. And if you haven't yet, make sure to go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to, of course, increase those numbers. You've heard the whole thing by now. And also, make sure to check out the Discord. We have a pretty active community that is hopefully going to get more active as time goes on. But I also understand that people have lives, so if you have the extra time or you just want some people to talk to on occasion, that's totally fine. We have two options as we get into Cerulean, and given the fact that, again, we resist Misty, that's where we're going to go ahead and at least try first, especially since we gained a few levels. Misty first starts off with Staryu, and we start using Growth to make sure that we do more damage. The good news is, it's just focusing on hardening, so we can safely set up then open with Acid Spray. When it does attack, it is doing decent damage, but the next hit is a crit to take it down. Starmie, on the other hand, is doing an insane amount of damage, so even though Acrobatics takes it below half, it leaves us with 1 HP, letting us take it out for the second narrowest of possible victories. Alright, well that's one battle out of the way. We'll take a look and see if with the rival we are just as lucky. Between the Pidgeotto and the Charmander, I can still see this being an issue. Pidgeotto's first, so we get hit with Sand Attack as we use Growth. After that, we just start missing. And when we finally hit it to take it below yellow, it continues Sand Attack. Then we take it down, but we are down 5 stages in accuracy. Abra's next, and we miss, obviously, as it teleports out to Rattata. Quick Attack does a bit, and we just keep missing. Though, we do finally hit it, and it's a one-shot at least. Abra's back out, so we can take it out. Then, his last Pokemon is out. It's Charmander, and it begins using Growl. So now, both our accuracy and our attack is heading down. We managed to take it to red as Ember takes us all the way to 8 HP, and then barely knock it out for a narrow victory. From there, we have a pretty big slew of battles that we need to get through. We have the route to the north, and then we're also going to have to get through the trainers on the ship. The ship is a place where we're able to get a few extra items, and a few levels as well. We'll resist Surge, which is great, especially given how rough things have been for the first couple gym battles. So, hang tight, we'll go over to the rival on the ship, and I'll see y'all there through the magic power of editing. The rival starts with Pidgeotto, and we open with Dragon Breath to take it to half as we get Sand Attack, then take it to red, paralyzing it, which does actually pay off next turn, so we're able to safely take it down. Charmeleon is next and continues to just wreck our accuracy as we miss our first attack against it, but hit it next turn to also paralyze it. After that, we focus on Growth because we need to one-shot everything with how much our accuracy is going down. After that, we just start missing again, but it stays paralyzed one turn and we finally connect to finish it off. After that, you have Raticate, and it whittles our HP down a lot, but we do take it down. After that, Kadabra comes out, takes us to 4 HP, but we manage to land our attack, knocking it out and taking the victory. Let's go ahead, head to Surge's gym, and we'll see how things go. It's another gym that we resist, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to snag this victory easy enough. Surge first starts off with Voltorb, and we get hit with Screech as we set up a Growth. Sonic Boom does its guaranteed damage, and we take it to half as Surge heals up, then we take it to yellow. After that, we can take it down, though we admittedly don't have much HP left. Pikachu comes out and hits with Quick Attack, but it's a simple one-shot. Then, Raichu comes out and begins setting up double teams. We take it to not quite half. We do swap over to Acrobatics, miss, and it keeps setting up. Next turn, we connect with a crit, taking it to red. Then it hits with a Quick Attack, taking us to 3 HP before we actually connect to knock it out, and once again, narrowly win us a gym battle. So from there, we have some travel open ahead of us, and this is when things start to open up for us. We have multiple options on who to fight ahead, and I think for the most part, at least for this leg of the game, we're going to be fine. There's one trainer who I know will have super effective attacks against, so we'll go ahead and go there first. Unfortunately, there isn't much of a way in TM upgrades that we can grab, which is definitely a bummer, but hopefully that won't cause us to get stuck for too long if it delays us even a little bit. Now for Erica, she starts off with Victory Bell and we get hit with Acid for a lot of damage, and Acrobatics takes it to yellow. Erica heals up, we take it back to yellow, then get taken down. Okay, let me try this again, because I do think that it is doable. Next attempt, we take it to red with Acrobatics, and then when Erica heals up, we go ahead and do a Dragon Dance to boost our attack and outspeed it next turn. Given that, we're able to take it down. Vileplume comes out, we use Acrobatics, taking it down in a quick one-shot as well. Then, Finally, it's out to Tangela, and it goes down in one shot to win us. A pretty simple battle, just had to change their strategy just a little bit. Alright, so now we'll go ahead, head to Giovanni, and with any luck, we should be able to beat this battle and the rival pretty quickly. Assuming we can do that, we'll go ahead, do a mid-game review of how Flapple's doing. Giovanni first sends out Onyx, and we open with Dragon Pulse, taking it down in one clean shot. Rhyhorn comes out next, and we use another Dragon Pulse, taking it down quickly as well. Last but not least is Kangaskhan, and it uses Rage as we open with Dragon Pulse, taking it to almost half. Another Dragon Pulse takes it to red as it hits Mega Punch for a lot of damage, but we do manage to take it down. Let's grab ourselves a Pokemon that can fly, and then we'll go ahead head back to the rival. But we start with the Dragon Dance, suffering a few attacks from Pidgeotto before our spree with Acrobatics. Since this time, we don't get stand attacked, we're just tanking that damage, we're landing our attacks, and even when Gyarados comes out, we now take it below half. It uses Leer, and then we take it down with a Dragon Pulse. After that, Kadabra is so frail it goes down to a single Dragon Pulse, and then after that, you just have some scrambled eggs that are kind enough to get one-shotted by Acrobatics. Okay, so now that we're officially a bit more than halfway through the game, we can talk a little about how Flapple is doing, and honestly, it's not doing that well. Without Dragon Dance coming in clutch for some battles, I'm pretty sure we'd still be able to win, but it would need to be at a higher level. The access to different types of moves, though, definitely is something that can come in handy, and like I said, Dragon Dance does make this thing a lot tougher than it has any right being. With that being said, we're unfortunately going into a portion of the game that is definitely going to cause some issues for us. First you have Koga, who has poison types. Then you have Blaine, who just turns us into a hot-baked apple pie. And that's just unfortunate type matchups for this particular Pokemon. Maybe in the gen that it was introduced in it would do a little bit better, but I doubt it because by then fairy types are introduced. So, we do go ahead and try to get through Koga's gym, but here's the issue. We're not even getting through the regular trainers in the gym. They're not one-shotting us, but they're just tanky enough to be able to provide a problem, and we just get taken out. So given the fact that we don't have any other huge options, we'll just head to Silph Co. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to take on the rival right away, but we will go ahead and go through the entirety of the building, grabbing the vitamins that are available to us. Once that's done, we'll at least go ahead and check out the rival fight. It probably still won't go well, but we won't know till we try. Pidgeotto's first, and we do go ahead and try setting up some Dragon Dances, but the Pidgeot likes to use Feather Dance. So yeah, we're faster, but our damage output gets tanked pretty quickly. Usually, we can take out the Pidgeot, but we're battered and beaten by the time Gyarados comes out, so then we just go down pretty quickly afterwards. So, with that being said, we'll head back to Koga, and hey, we're able to make it to Koga at this point, but wouldn't you know it, we're getting wrecked there as well. Muck is a little too tanky for us to be able to take down quickly, and since it likes to use Toxic against us early on, we accidentally knock it into healing range. Koga heals up, and then we're too busy whittling it back down, and we just get taken out by the building up damage. So, while Ashura, in my chat, cackles at the many lost attempts, remembering other challenge runs I've done, we start traveling back and forth after leveling up. Ultimately, we just have to beat one of them to progress. If we beat Koga, we get Surf outside of battle and can go fight Blaine, who's going to be a whole other issue. And then if we beat the rival, we can get to Giovanni and then most likely Sabrina as well. All the way at level 65, we're at Silph Co, and we open with the Dragon Pulse, taking Pidgeot down in one clean go. Next out is Gyarados, and we continue with Dragon Pulse, taking it down as well. Now comes the scary part, Charizard. Dragon Pulse takes it to red as it uses Scary Face. Flame Burst does some pretty solid damage, then we take it down. Alakazam is next and uses Reflect as we swap over to Acrobatics. It does recover, we take it to red. Then it recovers again, and we take it down. Last up is Execute, and Acrobatics takes it to red as it uses Confusion. Then we take it down. Finally we're making some progress. Let's move on to the big bad of the building, even though it definitely feels like the rival and not Giovanni. And then hopefully get some more progress in. Giovanni starts with Nidorino, and we open with Dragon Pulse, taking it down in one clean shot. After that, it's Nido Queen, and I'm mostly trying to avoid physical moves because of Poison Point. It uses Body Slam, but doesn't get any secondary effects, so it goes down. Kangaskhan comes out, we use Grav Apple, taking it down in one shot. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go to Sabrina's gym, which shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Let's go for it. Sabrina starts off with Kadabra, and we open with Acrobatics, taking it down in one go. Mr. Mime is next, and Acrobatics is a one-shot for it. Then you have Venomoth, and we just continue pressing A, taking it down. Then we'll repeat the process with Alakazam, and that's that. As much as I don't want to, let's head back to Koga and see how things go. We do have some additional levels since last time, so hopefully we can get through this with hopefully relative ease. Koga sends out Coughing, and we use Acrobatics, knocking it out in one shot. Muck is out, and Grav Apple does about half and lowers its defense as it uses Toxic, but then the next turn we can take it out. His next Coughing is out, and Acrobatics takes it down in one go. Wheezing is his last Pokemon, and we use Grav Apple, and we get Smoke Screened. We swap over to Acrobatics, and we land a clutch critical hit to finish it off this battle, and finally get the badge. Alright, so remember how I said I thought this would be difficult? I was right. We may get lucky, and Blaine won't be so bad, but there's only one way to tell. From here on out, I played off-stream, so I'm not 100% sure how things are going to go yet. We'll go ahead, we'll take on Blaine, see how we do. Blaine first starts off with Growlithe, and we open with Dragon Pulse, taking it down in one shot. Ponyta comes out, and Dragon Pulse takes it down as well. After that, you have Rapidash, and we use Dragon Pulse, taking it to red as Fire Blast connects for decent damage. Blaine does heal up, and we take it to red, and another heal. After that, we can take it down. Arcanine is out, and Dragon Pulse takes it below half, but Arcanine, thankfully, very kindly, misses its Fire Blast, so we can take it down, winning us the battle and the badge. Alright, so now we have 2 battles left to go, and I gotta imagine that between our level and type advantage against at least some of the Pokemon we're going against, we're going to be able to get through at least this gym battle pretty quickly. Giovanni first sends out Rhyhorn, and we open with Grav Apple, taking it down in one shot. Next out is Nido Queen, and we swap over to Dragon Pulse, taking it to yellow. Body Slam connects, and Giovanni spends some time healing up before letting it go down. Nido King comes out, and Dragon Pulse takes it to red as Thrash does decent damage before going down. Dugtrio comes out, and we swap back to Grav Apple, which we affectionately started calling Newton's Law, and we take it down pretty quickly. Then, you have one more Rhyhorn, and one more Newton's Law wraps up the battle to win us the badge. Let's try the pre-Elite Four rival fight and just see how things go. Pidgeot is first, and we open with Acrobatics, taking it to yellow as it uses Feather Dance. It does hit a quick attack, but then goes down. Gyarados is next, and we do a Dragon Dance as it uses Twister, which doesn't do much even with it having that super effective damage, so we set up another Dragon Dance. We do use Dragon Pulse, taking it to yellow as it continues to use Twister, but then goes down. Charizard comes out next, and a Dragon Pulse takes it to yellow as it uses Scary Face, but, this is important, since we boosted our speed with Dragon Dance, we can still take it down. Alakazam then comes out and uses Future Sight, then a Calm Minds, and we use Acrobatics to take it down. Rhyhorn is next, so we swap over to Grav Apple, taking it down. We do have to tank the Future Sight attack, but all that's left is Execute, and we one-shot it, so now we can move on. Alright, time to review the Elite Four a little bit here, and we can discuss each member at least a little bit. As we get into it, I think that as long as we can outspeed and one-shot everything on Lorelei's team, we should be alright. Ice Beam will wreck us. I have no issues with knowing that. We have to one-shot. We're not going to survive a hit. For Bruno, we do have the type advantage both with the Onix and with the fighting type, so I don't think that's going to be any issue as well. Then with Agatha, I could see us running into some issues, but I could easily be wrong. It just kind of depends. She does have Cursed Body in this game. She still has her Hypnosis strats, so it just kind of depends on if the Agatha lottery plays out one way or the other. Then with Lance, it's kind of more of the same. As long as we can one-shot his dragons before he can one-shot our dragon, I think we'll be okay. And then with the final rival, Charizard is just going to have to do us a solid and maybe miss a couple attacks. Alright, enough preamble. Let's go ahead, we'll give this a try. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a try. Dugong is up first, and we open with Grab Apple, one-shotting it. Then it's out the Lapras, and honestly, we can't take an Ice Beam, so we just gotta keep hoping for that one-shot sweep, and we do get it with Lapras. Jinx is next, and we swap over to the physical move, Acrobatics. Though I guess Grab Apple's physical. Anyway, next out is Slowbro, and we use Grab Apple, taking it down. Then Cloyster comes out, and we swap over to Dragon Pulse, and it goes down, winning us the battle. That is one battle down, and it did take a few attempts because we had to get a high roll on the damage against Dugong, but now we can at least see how things go against Bruno. Onix is first, and it does have Sturdy, so that means it's always going to live a hit as Rock Tomb connects, then we just take it down. Hitmonchan goes to around half, and Bruno heals, but then it goes down without issue. The next Onix is more of the same, surviving one hit, but for some reason he swaps over to Hitmonlee as we hit it with Grab Apple and then just knock it out. Then it's back to the injured Onix, and it gets healed. Then, as we take it to red, it takes itself out with Double Edge. Finally, it's Ultimate Champ, and we use Acrobatics, taking it down on one shot, and that wins us the battle. Now, for the sake of the video length, I will be cutting out the fact that we cannot win against Agatha. If you've watched this channel before, you know during the Elite Four especially, I try to just play some of the attempts in the background. So once again, I'm going to be doing that. Typically, it's just honestly the fact that between Cursed Body, Hypnosis, and the fact that it likes to set up Double Team, we're just not doing damage quick enough, and that just snowballs too quickly. But for the sake of your time and mine, we'll just go ahead and skip forward a little bit here. Agatha sends out Gengar, and we use Dragon Pulse to take it down in one shot and not get a Cursed Body activation. Then it's out to Golbat, and we swap over to Acrobatics, taking it to about half as it uses Confuse Ray. We don't smack ourselves, which is nice, and use Dragon Pulse to take it down. Next up is Arbok, and we smack ourselves as it uses Screech, then take it to red. Bite connects, and then Agatha swaps over to Gengar as we hit it with Dragon Pulse. The berry heals it. Agatha heals it back to full, so we take it back to red a couple times before knocking it out. Then after that, it's back to the injured Arbok, who gets knocked out. Finally, you have Haunter, and we get a Quick Claw activation, and we use Dragon Pulse, knocking it out, and finally winning this brutal battle. Between Toxic, Cursed Body, and Hypnosis shenanigans, just like I was saying, we were just getting walled every time that we tried. Let's go ahead, we'll go to Lance and see how things go for us there. Gyarados is first, and we use Dragon Dance, and Gyarados uses Hyper Beam, landing a critical hit because why not? We do another Dragon Dance while it recharges, then swap over to Grab Apples. He withdraws, letting his next Pokemon take a bit of damage. We then swap over to Dragon Pulse, now outspeeding for sure and taking it down. Gyarados is next, and Dragon Pulse takes it to yellow as Hyper Beam connects again, then it goes down. Dragonair then comes out, and Dragon Pulse takes it down. Aerodactyl's out, and we swap back to Grab Apple, mostly to test damage, which it does really well. Scary Face lowers our speed. Aerodactyl gets healed, and Dragon Pulse takes it to red. This time we use another Grab Apple and knock it out. Then the other Dragonair goes down to win us a pretty simple battle. We have one more battle to go. Pidgeotto's first, so we take it to red as it uses Feather Dance. The rival heals a lot as we go on the offensive, before finally letting it go down. Gyarados is next, so we can take some time to use Grab Apple and we can take it down, though we're taking some pretty decent damage during that time. Charizard comes out and we swap to Dragon Pulse, but we get a critical hit, which is the only way that we were able to take this out. Alakazam is out and sets up Reflect as we use Acrobatics. With that, we swap over to Dragon Pulse and it recovers, so that we just take it down. Rhydon is next, and we use Grab Apple, getting another crit, which I don't think was needed, taking it down. Then finally, you have Executor, and Acrobatics is doing decent damage. Egg Bomb does solid damage, then it goes down to win the battle, and the run. Alright everyone, I hope that you enjoyed that run, especially with a Pokemon that was a lot harder to use than I would have thought, being a dragon, and with the bit of scuff that we had there at the beginning. I do want to apologize, this video did not get out in any amount of time that I actually planned it to. It's actually Friday as I'm recording this, and usually the video is either out now or about 24 hours. I'm very much just trying to keep up with streaming. I'm still going to be posting once a week, but I'm going to try not to be as hard-pressed on when those time frames are, just because I get more watch hours when I stream. I can get about 15 to 20 out of those, so I just kind of want to focus on that where I can. Obviously, I love these videos. That's why I've been doing them now for 3 years, but I do also have to do what's best for the channel. Next run, I think we're going to do some kind of ice-type Pokemon or something that looks remotely Christmas-based for funsies. If you have any ideas of what looks like a Christmas Pokemon, can't be Staryu or Starmie, done both of those, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Also, just wanted to say a huge thank you to the people that have decided to spend their hard-earned money becoming a member of the channel. If that is something that you're interested in, please go ahead and do so, but as always, make sure to take care of yourself first. I don't need it that badly, I gotta promote where I can. If you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out!